Welcome to the Beddington ERF induction process. By watching the following presentations and answering the related questions, you will have completed the CDM site-specific induction to Beddington ERF. You have already sat your Viridor HomeSafe contractor induction, which introduced you to the safety culture Viridor uses to ensure you get home safe. This next section of the induction aims to familiarise you with Beddington ERF site, including the location of welfare and emergency facilities available. This section will also cover the responsibilities of both Viridor as the client and you as the contractor. Before arriving on site, you must complete all parts of the Viridor HomeSafe contractor induction, complete all parts of the site-specific induction, and take note of your memorable word, as you will need this when you arrive on site. When you first arrive to site, you will need to complete and sign your site agreement, fill out the medical declaration, and receive your contractor pass and helmet sticker. Please note there are additional tally tag requirements for confined space entry. Beddington ERF has been designed to process around 275,000 tonnes of non-hazardous residual waste a year. The wider environmental benefits include the landfill diversion of over 95% of the waste delivered to the facility and the generation of up to 26 megawatts of electricity. This will power the facility itself and supply over 22 megawatts to the national grid. This induction provides you with instructions and guidance to avoid potential hazards whilst working at Beddington ERF. On successful completion of the questions that accompany this induction, you will then be authorised to carry out work pending the approval of RAMS. All persons that have been inducted have a duty of care to inform the Beddington ERF management team if they have any health and safety observations or concerns. This can be achieved by either directly informing a member of Beddington ERF staff of any unsafe acts or conditions you observe, or by relaying this information to your supervisor. You don't need to be an expert to see that something is wrong. A safety observations book will be provided to help near-miss reporting and observations. During the Beddington 2021 outage, we will apply home-safe values to achieve our health and safety goals. These goals have been created as we want you to go home safe. These health and safety goals are to achieve 0 RIDDOR and 0 lost time injuries, to ensure your health and well-being, to report all accidents, incidents and near misses, however minor, to have minimal impact upon our environment, to have no security breaches on our site, to minimise the disturbance to the public and our neighbours, to ensure all safety observations are recorded, and ensure all accidents, incidents and near misses are investigated within 24 hours. Under HomeSafe, we have 8 site rules. Each of these rules are designed to encourage safe behaviour. These rules are: all vehicles must reverse park in the car park, follow the site traffic arrangements including the speed limit, know where your emergency exits are and how to raise an alarm, hold the handrail on stairs, wear PPE appropriate to the task, tasks must be risk assessed and undertaken by competent authorised persons, take pride in the work environment, tidy as you go, and challenge and report all unsafe acts, conditions and incidents. The Construction Design and Management Regulations apply to all construction works where construction is defined as the means of any building, civil engineering or engineering works and includes for the purpose of this outage, renovation, repair and upkeep, as well as other maintenance activities including industrial cleaning. The project is notifiable under the CDM regulations if the work lasts longer than 30 working days and has more than 20 workers working simultaneously, or exceeds 500 person days. Additionally, whilst working on site at Beddington ERF, your acts or omissions are also covered under the Health and Safety at Work Act. This Act defines the employer's duty and the employee's duties whilst at work. Your employer owes you the duty of care whilst at work to take reasonable care for the health and safety of himself and others who may be affected by his acts or omissions. Similarly, it is your duty as an employee whilst at work to take reasonable care of your health and safety as well as those who might be affected by your acts or omissions. Under the CDM regulations, Viridor are required to appoint duty holders. This table outlines the duty holders appointed by Viridor for the Beddington 2021 outage, including the client, principal designer and principal contractor. The site management team is made of David O'Callaghan, Paul Bunnage and Brett McGuinn. Your permit office contact whilst being on site will be one of the shift team leaders listed here. All work on site must be discussed with the duty shift team leader before you start work. This slide indicates the key dates for this year's outage. You must be aware at all times of which line you are working on. When you arrive on site, you must obey our site speed limit of 10 miles per hour. This includes all car parks, roadways and the haul road. Please be aware the site haul road is shared with waste delivery and other large vehicles. Do not overtake any vehicle on the haul road unless given instruction to do so by the weighbridge or a traffic marshal. Please follow any instructions given to you by site staff when manoeuvring around site. Parking for contractors is available. To access the contractor car park, please turn left before the weighbridge and follow the road around. All vehicles must reverse park in the car park. To access site from the contractor's car park, please follow the walkway towards the admin building. Once at reception, you'll be able to sign in or collect your pass, then make your way to the contractor's village. The contractor village, including all welfare facilities and the permit office, will be located on the bypass road between the admin block and the tipping hall. Once you have arrived safely on site and have completed the on-site portion of the induction, signing in or out will be completed using a swipe card system. You must sign in and out every time you enter or leave site, even just for a break. You should also pick up or drop off your tally tag to BA Rescue if your work contains confined space entry. On leaving site, please ensure you have completed any appropriate permit documentation, returned any equipment borrowed from Viridor, including radios and gas monitors, dropped off your tally tag to the BA safety cabin, swiped out a reception and returned your pass if you are not returning to site. Please note, Viridor may carry out randomised bag searches during the outage period. Welfare facilities are provided for all contractors in the contractor village. This contains drying and changing rooms, showers, toilets, canteen facilities allocated by contractor company, and the smoking shelter. You must look after these facilities and report any defects to your supervisor for feedback to Viridor. A food van will also be provided. When using the site welfare facilities, please do not move any item from one cabin to another. They are to remain where they are found. Do not enter the admin building other than through reception to access the CDM area. And do not use the staff locker rooms, kitchen facilities or workshop. Please do ensure all waste is placed into the bins provided and areas are kept clean and tidy. Please do use the tap water inside the welfare facilities of the contractor village for drinking. You will be provided with a reusable bottle which you can refill at any water station. While working on site, Viridor has a minimum expectation of what PPE we are required to wear. This consists of a safety helmet, safety boots but no rigger boots, eye protection, long sleeve tops and trousers, as well as gloves and a high-vis vest or jacket. Some areas may have high noise, which may require additional hearing protection. Any additional protective equipment will be required for a specific activity as specified in your RAMs. Viridor will not lend or provide PPE. Your employer will need to provide these as an additional PPE required under the task risk assessment. If working in a confined space where dust masks are required, they must be of a minimum standard of FFP3 and personnel must be clean shaven where appropriate. PPE will be monitored at all times and any non-conformances will be raised with the individual and may result in a reinduction, and depending on the severity or frequency of the non-conformance, a red or yellow card may be issued. To reiterate some of our mandatory site rules, no food or drink can be consumed in operational areas of site, no smoking on site except in designated areas, No radios, iPods, tapes or CDs. Mobile phones can only be used on site walkways whilst the individual is stood still. Photography is not permitted on site without prior permission, unless specifically for work. While you work on site, you may produce wastes in the course of your work. All general waste produced must be identified and placed within one of the general waste bins on site. These will be emptied frequently by the on-site team. Examples of items suitable for general waste disposal include municipal waste, such as food packaging waste, paper, cardboard, broken or damaged PPE, rags or paper toweling. Specific waste, such as waste electrical equipment, must be segregated from the general waste. During Beddington's 2021 outage, general waste skips and a wee skip will be located in the contractor village. For waste oils and greases or any other waste liquids such as chemicals, please report to your nominated site contact to agree the suitable disposal method. The site emergency number for fire, first aid or spillages is 020 39 429 223. This is the control room who are responsible for contacting the emergency services if required. If you discover a fire, break glass to sound the alarm and inform a member of Beddington ERF staff immediately. On hearing the evacuation alarm, which is a continuous klaxon, you must proceed to the muster point and be accounted for by the roll caller. You will only be allowed back to your work area when the all clear has been given by a member of Beddington ERF staff. Do not leave the site unless instructed to do so by a Beddington ERF member of staff. The fire alarm test is on Wednesdays at 11 AM. In an emergency, you must proceed to the muster point located in the admin building car park. These are defined by the coloured boxes on the western side of the car park outside of reception. All incidents, accidents and near misses must be immediately reported to your supervisor and a member of Viridor staff. In all emergencies, please contact the control room on 020 39 429 223 or Viridor member of staff on site. Viridor are responsible for contacting the emergency services if required. Treatment of the injured person is always the first priority. If you require first aid, please report to the control room, your supervisor or BA safety. First aid kits are located in the control room, weighbridge and the kitchen facility in the main office. Eye wash stations are located in the control room, kitchen facility in the main office, and all have emergency showers. Emergency showers are located around site close to hazardous areas. If your RAMs identify relevant hazards, please familiarise yourselves with the locations before starting work. Fire extinguishers are located at various points around site. Remember, it is against the law to misuse safety equipment. Spill kits are located around the facility in yellow and blue bins. Both chemical and oil spill kits are available. All spillages must be contained according to procedure and reported immediately to your supervisor. Beddington ERF is not permitted to dispose of any liquids and spills into drainage systems. Any contractor found putting any liquid or material into a drain will be removed from site and may not be permitted to return. Spill kits will be regularly inspected. Fuel tanks and compressors must have a bund to prevent pollution. Chemical products are to be stored on a bund with respect to their compatibility for storage. The CDM project area will be demarked with the relevant signage. On this signage, there will be the following information: the warning of entry into the CDM area, useful radio channels, and the emergency site contact number. Please be aware that even though the outage is taking place, areas and parts of the site are still fully operational. This includes the use of mobile plant and the presence of HGVs, residue collections, tipping hall entrances and exits, and the flue gas treatment area. Additional precautions may be required if your work is close to or overlaps any of these areas. Thank you for your attention during this part of the induction. Please complete the following questions before moving on to the next stage of the induction.